Man, I wish there was a way I could get more out of this PS2.
Do you want to unlock your PS2's full potential?
Yeah?
Is the reason you're unable due to that inexperienced primate brain locked inside your head?
Well, yeah. Wait, what?
Well, I'm glad to tell you that modding a PS2 is now easier than ever, as all you need is a modded memory card. Then you can bask in the glory that is a homebrew-enabled console from nearly 23 years ago.
But how do I get a modded memory card?
Why, that's a great question, Johnny.
My name's Dante.
We happen to have a dedicated team of specialists here to guide individuals step by step on how to get one up and running.
Am I going to be getting paid for this? Oh, that's awesome! When can I start?
Never!
Oh, wait, what?
Unfortunately, you're just the poster child for our new campaign. Believe it or not, your lack of understanding for advanced bioengineering makes you well below unqualified. But you, the viewer, get to begin right now. Hello and welcome back to the VideoGame O.R, the series where we show you the process in repairing and restoring all things gaming. Today we'll be going over how to turn a standard PS2 memory card into a FreeMCBoot memory card using FreeDvDBoot, in turn allowing you to play games from a hard drive or run Homebrew just by plugging in a memory card. Unfortunately, FreeMCBoot doesn't work with any PS2 Slim Model 9000 or higher. In order to soft mod those PS2 models, you'll have to install the Funtuna version of FreeMCBoot. I'll have a guide for how to do so down the road. So without any further ado, let's begin the procedure. For this tutorial, you'll need a USB flash drive formatted in FAT32, a FreeDvDBoot compatible PS2, more on that in a moment, a disk burner, read-only DVD-Rs, and a sacrificial PS2 memory card, as after the installation you won't be able to save games to it, so be sure to back up your saves and wipe the card before the install. When it comes to selecting a memory card, it's best to use an official PlayStation 2 Magic Gate card, as not all third-party memory cards are compatible with FreeMCBoot. Not to mention that the build quality and longevity for third-party cards tends to be subpar when compared to the official ones from Sony. When it comes to setting up a FreeDvDBoot disk, the first step is to check to see if you have a console that's able to run the exploit. I'll have a link down below to this FreeDvDBoot compatibility list. From here, simply locate the model of PS2 you own. For example, in this tutorial, I'm using a FAT model 39001, which according to the chart has partial compatibility with this exploit. Looking at the notes for clarification, it states that the exploit works on this model with the 2.12U DVD drivers. To check the drivers installed on your PS2, simply boot the console, then press the triangle button to view the version information. As we can see, this console is running the 2.12U drivers, so FreeDvDBoot should load on this system. As you can see, the compatibility for FAT systems is all over the place, so be sure to check this chart before moving on to the installation. Once the system compatibility has been confirmed, click on the link for the supported ISO image for your system and download the respective ISO file. Once downloaded, head to the link in the description for the FreeMCBoot GitHub repository and download the version 1.966 install files. Then open your preferred disk burning software. For this tutorial, I'll be using a free program called ImgBurn. Next, within your software of choice, select the option to write an image file to disk. Then select your source file by navigating to and selecting your FreeDvDBoot ISO we downloaded earlier. Now insert your blank DVD-ROM into the disk drive, set the write speed to 2x or 1x, and select the option to begin burning the disk. This process can take a while, so in the meantime, let's see today's featured comment. This video's featured comment was brought to you by Doos, who said, "I found your channel doing some research on modding 360s, and I don't know how you haven't blown up yet. Keep at it, man." Thank you for the support, Doos. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and say a few words down below for a chance to have it featured in a future episode. Now, back to the tutorial. Once your disk has been burned, eject it from your disk drive and set it to the side as we get the FreeMCBoot installer ready. Extract the FMCB archive and rename it to FreeMCBoot, FMCBoot, FMCB, or IDGAF. Then insert a USB flash drive into your computer and format it under the FAT32 file system. Once formatted, copy over the FreeMCBoot folder and eject the drive from your system. Now head over to your PS2 and insert the flash drive into one of the console's USB ports. Then follow that up by inserting your burned FreeDvDBoot disk into the system. Once the disk loads, you should be greeted by the Launch ELF window. Launch ELF is the primary file browser used for PS2 Homebrew. You can use it to move files between storage devices or run ELF formatted applications, which is basically the format all PS2 Homebrew apps come in. Speaking of Homebrew apps, let's run the FreeMCBoot installer. Press the circle button to enter the file browser, then navigate to the mass directory and press circle once again to explore the drive. Next, head into the FreeMCBoot directory and launch the FMCBinstaller.elf file. Once inside the FreeMCBoot installer, insert your sacrificial memory card into slot 1 on the console. Then press the install button within the installer. It will then confirm that you want to proceed with the install, so go ahead and select yes. It will then ask what type of system you want to install FreeMCBoot for. You can choose any option, but for this tutorial I will choose this PS2 and similar units. Once you made your selection, the software will begin installing FreeMCBoot onto your memory card. After a few minutes, you should receive a message stating that the installation has been completed, at which point you can select OK and then exit the installer. Upon loading back into the PS2 menu, you'll notice that you're now in the FreeMCBoot menu. Here you'll have access to WLaunch ELF and Open PS2 Loader. WLaunch ELF will bring you to a file browser similar to the one used with FreeDvDBoot, where Open PS2 Loader will allow you to run game backups from a USB, hard drive, or even your home network. Now, this is just the beginning of your adventures in PS2 Homebrew. I'll have a link down below to a repository for some additional Homebrew applications. But for now, that's just about all for creating your own FreeMCBoot memory card using FreeDvDBoot. So if you enjoyed, remember to leave a like and subscribe so that you don't miss any future episodes of VideoGame O.R. And if you want to directly help support the creation of future O.R. episodes, please consider becoming a channel member for access to exclusive content, our members-only Discord channel, and so much more. Additional information in the description down below. With that, I'll see you in the next one.